I'm not going to go over the now recording. Hello, I'm George. Welcome to the what we called the Wrong Road. Welcome to the Wrong Road
You
podcast.
probably know
Good.
that.
I'm glad you don't remember the name of the
I'm glad you don't know the name of the
podcast.
thing you came up with.
Me and Aaron come up with it together. Okay, so we got Aaron here.
Hello.
Hey, we got Harley here.
Yeah.
And we got Sam here, who's probably going to leave in like 8 minutes anyway. But Hi, Sam.
I've got at least 20 until I leave.
Oh, that's special.
We're in luck tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So who's beginning? Who's beginning?
Who's
Perfect.
beginning?
Who's beginning?
Aaron. Aaron's got a really interesting story about tortoises or something.
Oh, yes. We have to start this off in a serious way. So, first thing we have to look at, of course,
Serious event.
is some serious news happened. There was a giant tortoise blocking trains.
When did that actually happen?
The 27th. Wait, 27th? Where did I get that from? I don't even know if that's true.
Make it up. It's fine. Just make it up as you go along. Who
Yeah,
cares?
just make it up. Where does it say? It doesn't say. It doesn't say what it was.
Just 1 day ago. So we'll
One
assume
day
it's
ago.
yesterday.
It was probably
It was yesterday.
yesterday, I guess.
It doesn't even feel like it was yesterday. What?
No, I thought it was the day before that.
I'm
But
feeling like it's yesterday.
either way,
No, it would have been because it was posted 1 day ago, so it was going to be the day before
it's
that.
probably the day before.
And
Yeah.
for people talking, that's the 31st of July.
Yes, the 31st of July. There was a giant tortoise, on the tracks near Thetford, and it delayed trains. And I love the caption underneath the first image. It says, "The tortoise was spotted on the track heading away from Norwich." I love that it specifies.
Heading away.
I love that it specifies which direction it was going.
Which direction even is that? Like what?
Line
I
right.
don't
I
know.
don't even know where Thetford is, so I apologise, but I'm going to have to
I
Google
don't
where
really know.
Thetford is.
But
You reckon he was in notch 8?
I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't realise that the injured animal. Why was he
Yeah,
injured?
I was gonna say I didn't realise the train hit it.
He got hit by a train.
Thetford towards.
It got hit by a train.
Norfolk.
Let me
So
read the bit.
So it was Thetford towards Norfolk. So he was a down train, I guess.
Yeah, I think he was on wrong line though. So
He's on the wrong line. He's on the opposite.
He was on the wrong road.
wrong road.
How many, George, what bell code would that be?
Don't go for a
Yeah,
giant.
what bell code do you do for a tortoise on the track? No?
I think it warrants an obstruction danger.
Yeah, the pet shop said a 2.5 foot long tortoise had a hole in its shell after the collision. Apparently, it went missing on Sunday.
Oh, I completely misheard you then. I thought you said I had a 2.5 foot hole in its shell, and I was like,
Oh,
what?
it's 2.5 long, 5 foot long tortoise that had a hole in its shell after a train hit it. So
Sam, that's perfect. Beautiful.
Sam's just sent us a picture of
That's real.
very badly drawn clag coming out of the tortoise.
yeah, tortoise producing clag.
Look at that! Look at the bank on that as well. That must be like
Look at the bank.
1 in 28.
Oh my god!
Almost
I wonder
right,
if do you think the tortoise spadded? It must have spadded somewhere.
I don't think the tortoise is capable of seeing
It
signals.
depends how far it managed to get before
Yeah.
someone's.
How long do you think it was? First of all, how did the tortoise escape?
Where did it escape from?
It's not the first time.
I don't know. Someone's garden.
It'd been missing.
Someone
so-
just.
Oh yeah, it was missing already, so it was probably wandering around for days.
Yeah. No, it's not the first time I've heard of tortoises escaping. It happens.
It's just strange that it's a large tortoise. It's literally huge.
I love the fact that apparently the driver actually said it was a giant African tortoise or something. He actually knew which type when he saw it.
The driver is a tortoise enthusiast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that he goes bashing regularly.
tortoise bashing, yeah.
Tortoise bashing, yeah.
I mean, when it's out like that, how do you
That's
know
legal, but
The train inspector announced that he had trouble believing it. But it's true.
Yeah, trouble believing it. That's great.
I mean, if you ask the driver why there's the train delayed and he goes, "It's a giant African tortoise."
It's a giant African
Unbelievable.
tortoise.
What is this? When he got to Norwich Station, I told staff in the office there, and the chap looked at me as if he was mad. then a police officer came along and said he'd seen my tweet. So do they think they're getting like pranked or something?
Probably.
I don't
mean,
understand.
if I told
What
you,
kind of a prank is that? Though?
if I told you without any like photos or anything that there was a giant tortoise on the tracks, like, would you believe me?
Delaying trains? Yeah, probably not.
It's believable.
Especially if you were like a railway worker.
I mean, mildly irrelevant question. What is a police officer doing saying, I've seen your tweet? Why is he on Twitter?
He's on Twitter scrolling
He's a police officer. What is he doing?
for suspicious tweets.
It's no wonder when you call up about a robbery, no one shows up, and when they do nothing.
It's because they're on
but-
Twitter looking at tweets.
It's because they're on Twitter looking at tweets about tortoises in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
So,
So, yeah, supposedly this tortoise, I think it held up 3 trains? Or delayed 3 trains? I don't know.
Well,
But, yeah, that's an interesting
Rail,
story.
Network Rail attended and helped the animal. I want to know how Network Rail did that.
Oh, yeah, they definitely
I'm
were
sure
the ones
they
to
have-
help the animal. Didn't
I'm sure Network Rail have a lot of animal expertise.
they? Yeah,
They,
yeah.
they
Especially
they-
tortoises.
They attached it to the back of a 66 with a big rope and pulled it along. So
Oh, yeah.
They just attached it to a
Yeah.
66.
Dragged it back to where it was from.
yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon Harley they used that 59 from the 159 incident.
with a big stretchy rope. Perfect.
Yeah, it's got experience with very heavy loads.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So, yeah, that's that story.
Are we done with that story? Is there anything else we can dig out of that story?
Not really. It just says 2 trains were terminated early and 1 service started 20 minutes late.
Two
So-
trains terminated early. Imagine
Yeah,
being a passenger
due to
on
a
that train.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah, that's that story.
Do you reckon there are any rail tours of tortoises happening anytime soon?
I hope so.
Sauce for tortoise.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
waiting for the diesel gala at Midhouse 2023 because they're definitely going to get that tortoise.
For fuck's sake. Oh my god.
Imagine.
So,
I mean, moving on, but
yes.
bluebell gala, guys.
Right.
Us guys have spoken about this a fair amount before this point, so it'll probably be regurgitating a lot of stuff. But
Yeah.
what do we think? First of all,
So, well, let's add some context first. So, Bluebell were attempting to put on a Terrier gala. I think the theme was purely Terriers. I don't know.
It's Fenchurch's 150th birthday.
Oh yeah, of course. It was Fenchurch's 150th birthday. That was it.
which Fenchurch didn't attend.
Yeah, and they had 2 visiting terriers, but their own terrier, Fenchurch, which the event was based around, was not finished in time, which is
I really had high hopes.
unfortunate.
Me and Aaron argued about this before.
Yeah,
About whether it would be finished in time or not. I was giving Bluebell the credit. I was like, yeah, they'll have it done. It isn't done.
They
well-
not even have a boiler. Yeah, I'm sure
No,
picture.
I
of it.
don't think
Have
it's
a
got a boiler. It's just like
boiler is not
everything
in the
else
frames.
except
No.
the boiler.
I was not so sure when there was an image posted. What, like a month or 2 before of it arriving back, just frames, and they had to put everything back together from that point and test the boiler and frame and whatever. So I was not expecting them to finish it.
So that was the first hurdle in the road.
But yeah, that was the first issue with that gala.
Gala, which they knew about beforehand. I mean, if you want to do it in order of occurrence, it was the hall that broke next.
Yeah, the hall.
Which
So,
one was it? It
For
was
some reason, they have a hall visiting at the moment. It's kind of a random visitor, but I think it's on loan for a while.
what actually broke on the hall?
I heard it was something to do with vacuum.
Yeah, something to do with the brakes, I think.
Yeah.
And the hall was supposed to operate on the gala.
Yeah, the hall was meant to operate than like normal service. Like,
There's a helicopter going over my house, and you can probably hear it. I don't know.
oh yeah, that's
bomb.
good to include. Oh, is that class 20? I hear. Whoa.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, cost 20 car chunk. There it goes.
Oh, it goes.
Yeah, so they have a hall visiting. I think which hall is it? Someone remind me. Is it Whitewick?
Oh, okay. Yeah, Whitewick. That's it.
Whitewick Hall. And unfortunately, that also broke. Well, I say also, that broke before the gala.
Yeah, you spoiled the rest of it, Aaron.
Yeah, I just spoiled what's coming up. So they removed it from the timetable. All fine, that's okay. Who really cared about the hall? I mean, that's not the important part, is it?
No, the terriers were the part. I mean, I'm actually I was expecting more terriers, to be honest. I mean, 150th celebration.
I feel like they should have got Noel, because they already had one from the Kent and East Sussex. Why not get both from the Kent and East Sussex? But maybe they just didn't really have the funds to get too many visitors. I don't know. But either way, so they
Friday
started
came
their
along.
Friday. They started the Friday of the gala, and one of the visiting terriers, Poplar from the Kent and East Sussex Railway, suffered a pretty major failure. I'm sure everyone's seen the images online of some very bent rods
You mean
from
it's
the
not
inside motion.
That
it's
being
not
the
supposed to
inside
do that?
motion rods. When I first heard bent rods, I was thinking the outside rods, and I was like, what?
Yeah, that'd be a bit tricky.
Yeah, that'd be a bit tricky, but it
I
is the
imagine.
inside. It is the inside motion that is bent.
Yeah.
The bits that actually go like with the cylinders. There's the internal motion
Yeah.
that should be straight. And if you can go,
Funny
look at
enough,
pictures of
yeah,
it,
you're
if you
right.
can go look, you can go look at pictures of it. Probably fairly easy to find. They're now very much not straight.
Mm.
The reason why they're not straight, no one really
It's
knows.
been
Well, we
debated.
don't know. It's been debated, but we
Yeah, it's been debated.
we don't really know. But obviously, there's a lot of drama going around, as there normally would be. People pointing the finger around,
Lots of
blaming
rumours.
people pointing the finger at each other. It's from the Kent and East Sussex, isn't it?
Yes.
The Kent and East Sussex blaming Bluebell blaming Kent and East Sussex.
Whoa, slow down there. As someone who was a volunteer at Kennedy
Oh, yeah.
Sussex, not the actual
The
Kennedy Sussex.
The volunteers thinking they run the entire railway, going, that's your fault," and then that's your fault.
Yeah, so
Who knows
no one
whose fault it
knows
was, really?
no one
I
actually
mean,
knows the truth. But
it's fresh out of overhaul. I'm convinced that it's been through tests, so I don't really know what could have happened to it. But I guess they could have missed something. Something could have developed.
there's rumours about it suffering from what's the word? Priming.
Priming.
Again, that's rumours.
That makes
So
sense, but we
it
can't.
could happen, but I did see someone saying that it's not common on that type of engine. I think they said something about relating to the slide bars, that it's pretty hard to pull off bent rods like that with slide bars. I don't fucking know.
I was gonna say, are you telling me right now that terriers are immune from priming?
No, that's definitely not the point I was making. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what caused it, but I'm kind of thinking that it might be some kind of mechanical failure.
Like, we weren't even there.
But
Like,
we weren't there.
Me and Aaron wanted to be. We considered it. I'm kind of glad we didn't. If anybody from the Bluebells listening,
We're very sorry to hear.
I'm very sorry to hear what's happened with your gala, genuinely. And we assure you worked very hard to try and produce a very good gala, and the luck was just not in your favour. There's probably nothing you could have done
Yeah.
to avoid all of the disastrous stuff that happened, but now that it's happened, we can just laugh about it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
because it gets worse. It gets even worse.
Yeah.
By the way,
I was gonna say, if it's not obvious, Poplar couldn't do the remaining days of the gala, so it only did the first day, and I think it broke down like midday. So
Yep. And then
they had to change the timetable again. It's very unfortunate.
And then there was blindside fires. I mean, pretty
Yeah.
standard occurrence on a gala, to be fair, especially in this weather we've had.
Yeah,
I think a lot of railways are suffering from those at the moment. Do you know what
definitely.
day the lineside fire happened?
Friday. There was some pretty
Friday.
bad ones on Friday. I don't know about the other days, but I know there was multiple.
Was it the Terrier that was lighting up everything?
No, it was the Q class apparently.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm not surprised. That thing is very flashy. I don't know if you've ever been behind it, but
I don't think I've ever even seen the Q class before.
it's pretty much a Southern 4F. You search a Q class right now.
I can literally picture it in my head.
It's literally a 4F.
I can
Well, she
imagine
looks
that
like a-
probably is quite flashy.
Yeah, but it's pretty
Right.
flashy.
Google it.
We did have it in the mid-hands before. It was very epic.
Yeah. Oh, it is quite similar to a 4F, isn't it?
It is.
People are gonna like find a way of contacting me now and being like, actually,
How did you not
it's
know?
nothing like a 4F.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Completely different.
that's
How
more
did you
likely.
not? Or how did you not know that the Q class existed? What the hell?
Yeah. As a
Um,
southern Chad, and you don't know.
luckily, as episode 1, I can't imagine there's going to be very many people that are going to do that. But
We're not. No.
if we gain popularity further down the line, we're going to have to put up with that. I'm afraid.
Yeah,
We're going to
apologise
prepare
for-
ourselves.
Apologise for our first episodes.
Yeah.
People are going to watch it and they're going to start emailing us saying we're completely clueless, and we'll be like, okay,
Yeah. Okay, we get it.
we get it. We're dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they do email in, though, they are right. So
Yeah.
Yeah. They are all correct. Everything they say is very valid, but
But
still.
unfortunately for you, this podcast is just too hellfire. It can't be stopped by any complaints.
Sakes.
So, yeah, I
Yeah.
just went somewhere. To be honest, I just went to the loo, so I don't know what you were talking about. But
We're talking about the
Perfect.
we're talking about the very successful Terrier gala that happened. At the
well,
weekend.
yeah, okay, you're still talking about the same thing you were.
Yeah. But we're just about to finish it up with the fact that to top it all off, the bus broke down.
But
Yeah.
that was catastrophic.
What,
I mean,
what day was that? Saturday? Was that?
No, I saw the message on Facebook on Friday. I'm pretty
So that
sure.
was Friday as well.
Friday was just a disaster.
It
The whole
all-
day,
so
right off.
Friday
Yeah.
was just a day from hell for the volunteers at Bluebell.
Yeah.
As a
Definitely so.
volunteer myself on another railway, I feel your pain. It is quite disastrous.
Yeah.
What goes wrong. And I don't think I've ever experienced it go that badly wrong. So props to you guys, I guess, for
Yeah.
dealing with that. If you could even say you dealt with it, you didn't really have a choice.
No, they couldn't really do much, could they? They just changed the timetable up 4 times and got on with it. So yeah, from that gala, I think we should move on to another gala that we all
Oh.
attended.
I can see you highlighting.
yeah.
This is a mega gala.
All 4 of us went to this gala.
Oh,
Yes.
Mid hands.
So yeah, diesel gala.
Oh, there was
Diesel
one
gala.
unit there, though, or 2 units rather, that were particularly flashy.
3, technically, Sam.
Well, 3 technically, yes, but 2 that were running
Through.
properly in their most flashy state. Would anyone care to give us the numbers or whatever?
Who wants to explain
have the numbers?
what we're talking about?
We don't have the numbers to hand, but there were EMUs at the.
Oh, they were MLVs and
They're class 419s.
419s to be exact.
That's
Yes.
the MLV.
415 for the 2 EPB, I think.
No, 419, I think.
No, that's the MLV.
Wait.
You just
I
said that.
don't know the numbers.
416, 416.
416.
EMUs. No EMUs at a diesel gala. No.
Yeah, that's the discussion. Some people thought it was a weird decision. Some people thought it shouldn't be called a diesel gala, but what else do you call it? Because
I thought it was really cool to see them.
it was a cool idea.
Ride on them. I mean, what other event are you going to bring an EMU to? I mean, it'd be even worse to bring an EMU to a Steam gala. So, I mean, it's not really...
And can we just say, the majority of the locos running were diesel. So why would you call it an EMU gala when there's like 3
I guess-
EMUs?
Yeah, I mean,
I guess call it a diesel and electric gala.
Who cares enough?
I still, I am of the opinion that they should have just called it
A gala.
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 Yeah, 'cause
Welcome
if
to our gala.
If you're just going to call it gala, then just kind of you get the assumption of mixed
Like,
action.
you know, like open weekends. It's a bit like that, really.
No, because it wasn't an open weekend, because it was an actual gala.
Well, yeah, but it's similar in that they just run stuff.
Because open weekend
Just run stuff.
normally just a normal timetable, if I'm right, and
The
they
thing
like,
is,
bring it in or something.
Let me actually
He's doing his research.
do my research. Well, it wasn't as bad as the 11th of February 2003 because at least these EMUs kind of fitted period-wise with the diesels that are running all over the place.
What are you talking about right now?
Well, I'm talking about when a Southwest Trades 450 was on.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's a very old video of a 450 being propelled along the mid-hands. I believe it was on test or something.
Oh, who knows?
Yeah,
what it would be.
they were testing the traction. equipment on it.
The traction. My lord.
Yeah, but
Mega traction.
that leads on quite nicely to the other controversial visit the Midlands.
I don't think that was. So
Some
Sam's
people do find
hinting
it
at
controversial.
the class 66 that was visiting, I think.
Right.
But I don't think that's very
Yeah.
controversial because Diesel Veg love 66s.
Do they?
Well,
Not
Well,
all of them.
quite a
no,
lot of them do.
we have seen online that some people did not take kindly to there being a modern loco there. Even
I
though
don't
there was a
think
modern
there
loco in the last one. They didn't care
I
about
mean-
it then, but now they've decided they do because it's a shed.
I don't think there was that many people complaining about the sheds, honestly.
No,
Am I
but they
the
were.
shed.
Am I stupid? What modern loco was at the last one?
73s.
They're not modern.
That's not that modern.
Actually, in fact, they're very old.
They're
The
not-
car-
Well,
and
they're
the
mainline locos.
And the class 66 is the 90s, right?
Yeah, late 90s.
Yeah, it was after privatisation.
They're not like it's not like they brought a class 69 in, otherwise that'd be very funny.
Well,
I-
someone already did that, George.
Yeah,
You
I
know the
look like-
Class 69 is new or old. I mean,
I would go to a class 69 gala if it was in my range.
Class 69
just because it's a funny.
looks the part.
Yeah, it looks heritage because the body is heritage.
I will say, and I'm going to put a picture in the child still out of this in.
I didn't see a problem with the class 66 being there because
I don't see a problem with it either.
when else do you get an opportunity to ride behind a class 66?
Oh yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I was happy for it to be there, but I did find it very amusing to be sitting in a Alton station and there being 450 in the mainline platform and then a 66 in the heritage platform.
True.
I
Well-
find that incredibly funny.
I would,
It
I
also
think,
it looks out of place, but it is good regardless.
I think that the 66 was probably the second most popular visitor after the whole electric trio, which
Yeah,
The electric stuff, I don't know whether it was just the way we went and the way we did the day, but the electric stuff didn't seem particularly in my face. It seemed like a very much a subpart.
Yeah, no, that's the thing that I do want to bring up. A lot of people were like, "Oh my god!" Like, there was that one comment that you posted the other day around that guy, and he was like, "Oh my god, the main attraction is these EMUs. They only do services if I'm right, between Alsford and Alsford siding, and then they do one from
one
Rockwood.
trip across the whole line with the 33.
free assisting.
Oh
most-
no, that doesn't count though, because that's not an EMU then, is it? That is a
It ran under its own power from Ested down the hill, though, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
Ed said down to Alsford.
that's what I was referring to when I said Ropley to Alsford. Med said to Alsford, and then Alsford to Alsford sidings. That's the only time where electric power is actually being used.
Yeah,
That is not a significant amount whatsoever. That is a very small portion of the event.
Yeah.
Especially
I think it
since-
was.
They did want to run the electric full length of the line, didn't they? But then the Alton Bank just killed it.
There's just not a chance of that happening with Alton Bank yet. No way.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been possible with the batteries. It was running on batteries, but I don't know.
Yeah,
The
I think
MLVs.
already made that obvious that it wasn't on
Yeah,
the third rail.
well-
Yes. It wasn't running on third rail on the Midhants Railway, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we're looking.
Very sad. I mean, as a letdown, to be honest, they should have laid third rail, especially for the event.
Yeah, I agree.
It's slacking
yeah.
off, to be quite honest. It's
Well, that's
just,
why I want.
it's not good enough.
That's why I want to volunteer there, because I will lay the third rail.
Single-handedly lay
Yeah.
all the third rail just on your own. I can see it now. I can just see Sam like just working on it, laying it down.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, it seemed like quite a popular gala anyway. The 66 seemed to be packed when I saw it most of the time.
I saw the evening trains were quite popular as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw they were
I think they
popular
were.
with one particular person here.
Yeah.
They
No,
hit really well with that person. Won't
No.
say
we're not talking about that. Move on from that.
anyone at the anyone
These
on
days are pretty
board,
comfortable when you're absolutely hammered. So
Yeah.
anyone and quite a few people did who changed between the 33 and the 47 at around 10 o'clock at Medstead. Well, you probably know what we're talking about if any of you are there.
Definitely not.
let's
Hopefully not,
mention
anyway.
the specifics, Sam. Let's not mention the specifics.
Yeah, let's just say I drank a lot on the beer trains, and that's that.
And it was funny.
Forever.
But
Um,
leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, I actually have a good segue here because moving on from things not operating with their own power, I guess, kind of, because it wasn't running on third rail.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Just you wait.
There is
So,
one final point on the Class 66 that I want to bring up. So if you're going off the mid-hand,
okay, go on then.
if I were to change anything about that car, it wouldn't be any of the units that run. It would be the 66 not having the 4 TCs, because that, if you're going to get a mega rare locomotive, I want to be able to bloody window.
Well,
Only problem is you have to find suitable air brake stock for that.
yeah, there
This is
isn't really
where
anything else.
or you have to put a loco in between and then.
Well, there is. The Sun
that's
Valley
true.
have hired in aircon Mark 2s before, Aaron, for diesel dollars. So
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of effort for.
How about
Where would
this,
they even come from? Where did they
let's-
come from?
How about this
Weird
kick off
there,
the
Railway, I
last
think.
4
I
TC?
mean,
Right, so-
we have an air brake set on the West Somerset, but
Yeah, but is
Yeah.
it like spread out between all the other normal sets?
no, it's a set.
Oh, it's actually all together.
yeah, it's dual brake.
Oh.
Wow, is anyone trained to use that? Or
Yeah, I think all the guards get trained to use it. We used it for galas a lot, actually. I think we did use it when we had the 66. The
Makes
main
sense.
West Somerset Railway.
Yeah, you got a good set there, so you don't even have to worry about that kind of stuff. You can pretty much bring anything there. But yes, anyway, talking about things with no power.
Please continue as you
The
were.
Alco Fund, who are behind restoring the Alco at the Fessinog Railway, are staging an event on the 27th of August
Oh, there we go.
where their volunteers are going to be pulling the locomotive across the cob. If you don't know what the cob is, it's like a large embankment that goes between the yard at Boston Lodge and Porthmadog Station, and it's about 1.2 kilometers long. And they're going to be pulling the locomotive Mountaineer along the cob.
I need to see this logo.
Yeah, to raise funds for its overhaul. The best part is it's happening between 7 a.m. and 8:45 a.m. and people are guessing how long it's going to take. So it could take as long as an hour and 45 minutes. Could take less. I reckon it'll probably take
How many volunteers are pulling it?
20 volunteers.
20 volunteers are going to pull a
Pull a steam loco, a narrow gauge steam loco along the cob.
1.2 kilometers.
Yeah, 1.2 kilometers along a large embankment into Porthmadog Station from the yard. So that's definitely interesting. I think it's going to take upwards of half an hour, definitely.
certainly a unique way of raising money.
Yeah.
Well, if they get it up to speed, then they've just got to use momentum to keep it going.
Yeah, what if they hit like 10 miles per hour and they're just like
What if they
flying
accidentally
on?
run themselves over? How does that work?
Well,
Well,
I'm guessing someone's going to be on the footplate with a brake.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, I assume so.
That pretty much answered my question. I was going to say, are there any downhills on this?
I think it's flat.
Oh, okay, because
I would imagine there's going to be someone on the footplate with the brake.
Yeah, probably.
while they're doing it.
But if you are nearby and you're interested in seeing this epic event, the ticket is £12.65, and the
Hey, but what's
proceeds.
it?
I don't know. It says the cost of each ticket, but surely they're not going to put a coach behind it.
Yeah,
That'd make their life so much harder. if they did
that's
that.
rare traction. Volunteers.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. It relates to the EMU gala right there.
I can't believe I
Mega
paid all the
traction.
volunteers for haulage. Unbelievable.
So it's £12.65, and the proceeds go towards rebuilding the loco. Or
Well, it's about time they started it. So
overhauling it. Yeah, it's been out of action for a long time. I believe this is the last chance to see it before they overhaul it as well. And I'm going to post a photo of the loco in the chat so you guys can see.
I don't know what it looks like. So.
Well, I can see it on the post that you
Okay,
linked.
yeah. It's a pretty big loco.
Yeah, it's
So,
very large. It's very large for an narrow gauge.
I wish them
Compared
luck.
to the coaches.
Yeah,
I wish them luck.
do they even know that they can do it? Have they like tested it? Like, what if they get there and they're like, "Hold on a minute, we can't."
Oh, this
do
is
it.
heavier than I thought.
Hold on a minute, this thing's heavy.
You'd think
Yeah.
you'd You'd think they would do a test run.
Yeah.
You would.
The thing is, you probably can move most locos with, like,
I mean,
they're free moving for the most part if you have enough people.
It's like a car, isn't it? I suppose it's
Well-
really hard to actually pick up a car, but pushing it when it is.
You got to remember with like locomotives and whatever, the actual contact between the wheel and the rail is minimal.
Yeah, there's not a lot. There's not a lot of friction.
That's
Yeah,
basically
you're not pushing against much.
particularly once it's up to speed.
Literally, the design of them is for less friction.
Yeah.
It's
So,
skill, whatever they say.
Well, I wish good luck to the volunteers. They're doing that.
what are your guys' predictions for how long you think it's going to take?
It'll take them 5 seconds.
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised. I don't probably ages. Like, how old are these volunteers?
I don't know. That's a good question, honestly. What if one of them has like a heart attack?
They might Jesus. Yeah, they might want to get some youngins involved. If they
Yeah.
can.
Why don't you go, Sam?
We're the only youngins, really. Yeah, that like trains. So
We're not the only. What do you
Oh,
mean?
yeah,
We're the
we're-
only youngins.
What about all the kids on TikTok doing their waves with their thumbs to the drawing?
yeah, but they're just
for the only men enthusiasts.
Let's be real. Like there aren't many young train spots out there compared to old ones.
You're right. There are probably more. Well,
Absolutely.
definitely more old. But
We called my dad old.
It's shifted
Yes.
a bit. It's shifted.
yes,
It's shifted a bit, particularly.
It shifted a bit, but also people don't seem to realise that a lot of people get to retirement age, retire, get bored, and then they look for a hobby, and then they get into trains. Like, there's always like new old people.
new old people.
Old people. That's
I'm
exactly
Love
how I
that.
describe it.
I'm not saying old people, just not 20.
That's a.
I feel like I'm reaching a point where actually there will be more on my edge because I'm getting older. When I was 18, that was definitely a true statement, but not 18 anymore. So
You're not exactly
Yeah.
42 either, though, are you?
Almost.
Almost, yeah, almost.
So
For
yeah,
that
I think
one,
that's a
not
good way
almost
to.
42.
I think that's a good way to wrap up the that discussion.
I guess I'm just gonna throw something completely random in because we haven't got anything that can really lead off, and it's not anything I've told any of you about before. I don't know if any of you have even seen about it, but it's very much a me thing to interject with, and they're closing 3 of the Cornwall signal boxes in the next year.
Did indeed know about this.
Oh no!
What is it? Truro Par and Lost Reveal, I believe.
I don't know which ones it is, but I have seen sort of Facebook actually, and a friend of mine.
I'm pretty sure it is Truro Par and Lost
told
Reveal.
me about it.
We'll
I
trust
can't
Harley's
really-
Jen.
I would definitely know.
But basically, my friend told me it was something to do with the fact that the track circuiting equipment has seen better days at these signal boxes, and they're so old now that they can't get replacement parts for
they also-
said track circuit equipment.
They also don't have enough signalers, actually, either.
That's also a factor. What's strange is, you'd think that it being Cornwall, which is, quite far south, that these areas would be signalled from Plymouth, but no, they're going to be signalled from Exeter for some reason.
Oh yeah.
I don't really know why I decided to do that. I mean,
It was
I
a
did
long
see,
way away.
yeah, but I did see it. Apparently, King's Cross is signalled from York.
Yeah, it'd be
What?
signalled from the signalling centre at York, because that does like everything up there.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So that's what someone's argument was. I saw someone online that was like, "Isn't Plymouth closer?" And then someone was like, "Yeah, but King's Cross is signalled from York, so what's your?"
Luckily, not all the signal boxes are closing.
Right.
So St. Earth's remaining open, as well as Roskilde, I think, and Penzance.
Cool. And they're gonna close those 3 ones by November 2023. And I did actually see
That's ages. It's fine.
I did actually see a job application for. It was advertised as signaller Exeter (open bracket Cornwall close bracket). So I'm assuming that is who they're looking for. So it might be starting sooner than we think.
They're looking for Mr. Signaler Exeter.
But once it, like with that though, like there's other things they're doing as well. I think they're putting in a new passing loop on a branch somewhere. I can't remember which branch. Maybe the Nuki branch. Not sure. And they're reopening the other platform at Nuki Station as well. So there's some good things coming out of that.
There's some good things coming out of it. I'm just sad. I like old-fashioned signaling.
Yeah,
and it's sad that they're going to get rid of these
Lost
boxes.
With You. Lost With You has a somersault. You call it a somersault signal where it pivots in the middle?
Yeah, I think it's a
What?
somersault signal.
It's got a somersault signal.
Have you not seen a somersault signal before, Aaron?
Does it do a full loop?
No, it's
Just swing all the way around.
It just pivots in the middle and not at the end.
The basically the best I can
think I have
describe
seen.
it is the board isn't attached to the board is not attached to the
lenses, right?
The lenses, yeah.
Yeah, I have seen one.
The
Yeah.
lens rotates still, obviously, because it has to move aspect, but then the board does a somersault, it goes vertical basically. I mean, I don't really understand the point of it. I can send a picture.
Yeah. I think I know what you're on about, but yeah.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking of.
But there's a diagram here. They can do this. That's the most cursed ones.
Yeah, that is directly vertical, what you've posted there. Yeah,
What
interesting. I mean, you definitely wouldn't be confused of what aspect it is.
What were you thinking of, Harley?
Let me just find an image quickly.
I mean, while he's looking for that, those somersault signals don't even need a change of regulation, because technically for semaphore signals, as long as the signal is down by, I think it's more than 35 degrees, it counts as being cleared. So there's no actual set angle that they have to
the
be.
driver hops out and he measures the angle. He's
I made that joke when I first learned that. I mean, which was actually in my signalman training. I was like, do they get out a protractor and go like, that signal's at 34 degrees, I can't go.
Yeah, I can't go past that one.
Signaler.
That's illegal.
I actually meant List Guard has some sort of signal, but I have found a picture of it.
Go on.
Yeah, please enlighten us about this epic signal. For the record, Sam has left us. He didn't say he was leaving, I don't think, but we knew he was going to. We warned that. I think he just didn't want to interrupt our conversation. So Sam is not here anymore. It's just us three.
Yeah, I have seen that before. I mean, it's very similar to the kind of thing that George was sharing anyway.
You put a picture in.
But yeah, he put it in the other chat.
What the hell is that?
I have seen that.
Is that just a bad angle, or is it huge?
That's a bad angle.
Huge.
It looks massive.
No, that's just close to the camera.
And with that, the ground disc looks massive as well.
It does actually. Is the
Go.
ground disc in the air?
Yeah, the ground disc is on the.
Okay, I was going to say.
It's not a ground disc anymore, is it?
Yeah, it's a floating disc. There we go.
It's a floating disc.
Yeah.
The people listening won't be able to see any of this, but what we're looking at is a signal in Cornwall, and the ground
You
disc.
probably search it up.
The ground
Where'd you
disc
say it
is for
was?
some reason on an arm on the side of the signal post, not like attached to the signal post. It's sticking out on like a platform, but it still fully looks like a ground signal. So I don't really know what the concept was, what they were going for there.
Well, it's just a shunt disc, isn't it? So put it
Normally
where you want.
shunt discs don't have the ground bit though, do they? If you're not putting it on the ground.
Oh, actually, I
It was
found
probably just a bod job. Let's be real.
I found the correct name for the signal. It's not a somersault signal. It's a center pivot lower quadrant.
Oh yeah, my favourite type.
Yeah, that's a really catchy name.
I can even show you what it looks like off. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might just be.
I would say are we signalled out? Let's just send the same picture. Great.
Yeah, that's good.
Sorry, I'm trying.
Are we signalled out? Anything else wants to say about Cornish signal boxes?
No, to be honest.
No.
It's a very obscure topic.
Yeah,
For me,
so
anyway.
someone
I
to
can't
keep-
send the image, so we're permanently stuck at Lisgard Station forever, unfortunately.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
that's it. We're stuck forever. We're in
Yeah.
danger, guys. We can't. That's it. We can't talk anymore.
Yeah.
That's the end.
End of that.
All right. What's next? Harley, you should lead something. Tell us about. Actually, yeah, I actually want to hear about this. Tell us about this class 50.
What class 50?
50.
Oh, 50 Fearless did a rail tour to
Yeah.
everyone's favourite rail tour destination of Carlisle
Yeah.
via every loop possible on the way there, with lots of sitting around and doing nothing. And on the return journey on the Settler Carlisle, it boiled its coolant and pissed half out the side of the loco. So there you go.
Oh yeah.
It's
Did it
apparently
fail?
no, didn't fail. It just
Just kept going.
I think it overheated, basically.
Right.
They sat in a loop for a long time, not doing a lot.
When was that?
Sprayed coolant everywhere.
Yeah, from what I could tell, it was coming out the overflow tank. So what people were saying is it overheated, boiled the coolant, and then it was coming out the overflow.
Nice.
Right.
But
And
I don't know if you know this, George. 50s, the radiator flaps they move depending on how hot the loco is, or something like that. I don't know.
no, I
Um,
don't know anything about.
And
things like that.
usually they like pin them open if it's hot.
Yeah.
And there's pictures of the tour, and they're just closed. So there's no fresh air going into the radiator.
Well, that'll probably
It's
be
like-
why it overheated.
That's like, "Oh, no, overheated."
That's
It's
great.
just no air for you, my friend.
But I thought,
What was the repercussions of this then? What
they just put it in a loop to cool down and carried on.
did they open
Well,
the
they just have
vent?
to keep doing that.
I don't know, George. They might have.
They might have. They might have considered it.
It's probably a good idea if they did. I mean, it probably would have just
I
blown up
didn't.
otherwise.
I didn't know this had happened. I don't think Aaron knew this has happened either. And
No.
Harley like tried to tell us the other day, and we were like, no, leave it for the podcast.
Yes, please teach us on the podcast of this great failure. Well, not even a failure, apparently. But...
Yeah, apparently, they just kept going.
Yeah.
An incident, well running. It happens from time to time. The
Yeah,
loco didn't fail. I'll give credit to the loco owner and whatever. It didn't fail. It carried on afterwards. So
No, there we go.
you got a good loco when it doesn't blow up. So
To be honest, we've been talking. It doesn't feel like we have, but according to the time, we've been talking for like an hour and a quarter.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably about time we finish.
yeah.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
probably.
This is going to get into the reaches of being unbelievable lengths of time.
Yeah, you are right.
I'll give a quick mention. I wanted to mention events that are going on around the country, upcoming in the next few days, couple of weeks or so. Aaron was against me mentioning the day out with Thomas at the Midhants, but the day out with Thomas at the Midhants is happening this weekend, and
Starts this weekend.
well, yeah,
It goes on for a week, I think.
Starts this weekend, goes on for a week for people who are listening.
Yeah,
That's 6th of August, 2022, beginning, right?
Yep.
Yep, and it'll be the first time you'll get to see Kilmerston as Percy. It
Well,
will
that's
be
not
the
confirmed.
first time.
I mean,
That is confirmed. It's on the
it'll be
event page.
Yeah, it's on the
It is
event
on the
page.
event page. Perfect then.
Yes.
Kilmerston's done, and I guess it'll be the first time Kilmerston will be using the service as well, right?
Yeah, if you count it as in service, it's not going to be on trains. It'll be
on trains, but it'll be operating.
It'll be in the yard.
It'll be doing
doing
something.
Thomas stuff, I guess.
It'll be doing something. Probably
Moving
shopping.
trucks, troublesome trucks.
And it'll be the last time you get to see Thomas before overhaul. Thomas is going to get ripped apart and killed temporarily.
That's one way to say it. I mean,
and then he'll come back. Beyond that,
hopefully.
I saw that the Ecclesbourne Valley Railway is having their summer diesel gala. I don't really know much about it. The Barla Lake Railway, which is a narrow gauge line, isn't it?
Yep.
Is going to be
Wales.
celebrating their 50th anniversary, apparently. The
Yes.
Spa Valley Railway is also having a summer diesel gala, so if anybody's interested in those, then
There we go.
and take a look at those railways.
I've actually got an event to add to this.
Yeah.
It's an event on the Spa Valley Railway that I found. It's
Yeah.
called Meet the Minions.
Oh yeah, I saw that, but I thought,
Yeah.
why would we mention that?
Well, I thought you guys would be interested, honestly. That's what I thought.
I've left already. I'm on my way.
I'm gonna go camp outside the station buildings
Oh yeah,
and wait for the event so I get first ticket.
What about
that sounds good.
what about the old kiln gala coming up? Is that?
That's September, so we'll bring that up
That's September.
later.
We'll bring
That's
that up later on.
September.
These are August events.
I mean, what's
God.
the old kiln railway? Am I right, guys?
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
All right.
I'm sure we'll bring that up another time.
I would say that is it from us. If you have listened to this and you have listened to all of it, thank you for listening to our
I don't know why you would do that.
for the last hour and 20 minutes. But yeah, this is the end of the. I've got the name again. The Wrong Road.
Wrong Road podcast.
Wrong Road podcast. I've been George. That's been Aaron. That's been Harley.
Goodbye, I should say.
Sam left us halfway through. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.